everyone, today we'll be doing a video tutorial of our Welt pocket on our Lisbon jacket. So we'll be going step by step from number 2 to 8. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Happy sewing. Bye.
Before we start the tutorial, we thought we would explain why our pockets are bound this way. The jacket is unlined, so it's a really lovely finish on the inside of your garment. Also, for anyone who's new to sewing Welt pockets, we suggest doing a little mock-up like we've done here on a scrap of fabric, just to have a go before doing it on your final garment. We hope the video helps you, and let us know how you go. Starting off, we've got pocket A with notches D marked and C clearly marked, and we now have our welt that was block fused, cut out and pressed in half. Now we place notches D together and pin in place. Notches D will mark the pocket opening, and notch C will be very important because it indicates which way to join the welt to pocket A correctly. So we're going to now take 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Make sure to take the seam allowance accurately. If you need to draw a guide with an erasable marker, do so. Otherwise, just ensure that you're taking the correct seam allowance across here. So we have pocket A right side and the welt sewn in place, taking 5/8 of an inch. Now it's time to pin the right side to the pocket marking on the front. We have the right side of your front and the pocket opening marked, and we now place the right side of pocket A with the welt attached, lining up notches D together and butting up that edge of the pocket A with the marking on your front. Now we're going to stitch from notch D to notch D, taking 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So we have pocket A sewn in place. Now it's time to put the right side of pocket B, lining up notches D together, pinning in place, and making sure that the edges here butt together, and this will line up with the pocket opening on your front. Again, if it helps, because you need to take an exact 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, you can mark that with an erasable marker. So we've attached pocket B and sewn from notch D to notch D, taking 5/8 of an inch. Now when we turn it over to the wrong side, we're going to line up the ends of the parallel lines and rule that off. Then we're going to measure in 1/2 inch in the center at either end, and then draw a line . Off on the ends, and now we're going to cut from this point to this point. Cut only through the middle line. And then cut from here to there. And so we have your opening to push the pockets through. Now that we've done this step, it's time to turn your front over to the right side and gently press pocket A away from the welt and pocket B away from the front. So just gently press with the iron. So now it's time to turn pocket B through the opening, followed by pocket A, as well as the triangles at each end and the ends of the welt through. So these little triangles is what we refer to, so make sure they're pushed in at each end as well as the welt. So we've gently pressed this area, and the next step is to connect the triangle here through all layers, which would be your welt attached to pocket A and the pocket B beneath. So we're going to stitch across here to secure together, as well as this end here. So we'll stitch across here and stitch across there. Make sure you're only sewing across the triangles. Now we have end triangles connected. We've got to make sure that pocket B is out of the way and towards the side seam of the front, and pocket A is away and towards the center front. Now if you put your hand in through the pocket opening and connect pocket A to front by pinning together, as we will be starting a 1/2 inch in, we're going to top stitch 1/4 inch away from this seam line to finish 1/2 inch away from this end. We've top stitched 1/4 inch from here to here. Now it's time to connect pocket A and pocket B together and pin around the curved edge. Line up your corresponding notches first and pin all around. So we're just making sure that the jacket is out of the way and we've got the pockets pinned together. Now it's time to sew 1/4 inch seam allowance around the curved edge of the pocket. So we've sewn around the pocket curve. Now if you end up with any excess of the welt showing through, because we need to bind this area, just trim it away. Now it's time to bind this edge first, which is this edge, and we're going to bind it with 19mm bias binding. You can use a pre-made bias binding, or you can cut your own binding. We would recommend, if you wanted it 19mm in width, you would cut it about 1.5 inch wide, your bias strips. So we've pinned the binding along this edge. Now we're going to sew 1/4 inch seam allowance and backstitch at each end. So we've sewn the binding onto this edge. Now it's time to bring it over to the other side and to pin it in place on the folded edge, making sure to push out all of the binding out away from the other side and tuck everything inside. Now we're going to sew along this folded edge, sewing the binding in place. The binding here is being sewn in place, and then we've cut off any excess. Now it's time to bind this end. So with the same procedure, sew your binding, taking 1/4 inch all around this curved edge, and then we will turn the binding and finish off on this side. As you're sewing the binding to the curved edge of the pocket, remember to add a little bit of tension, just slightly, to the bias as you're going around the curve of the pocket. Now we're rolling the binding over to the other side. As you can see, there are no pins here. Just simply roll it over. Because of the tension used earlier, it will fold over really easily, and you just sew along that folded edge as you go. The pocket curve has all been bound. The ends were trimmed and turned over towards this side and then caught in place along here and here. Now it's time to finish off our lovely welt pocket by top stitching around the rest of the welt, but before that let's pin the pockets in place so that when you top stitch this welt doesn't open up. So we'll start here, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, pivoting to finish up here. So here's the welt with a lovely top stitching detail around it. Now you have a lovely detail on your Lisbon jacket, and in matching thread it would look a whole lot neater. We hope that this video tutorial will give you extra guidance for steps 2 to 8. Let us know what you think in the comments down below.